So besties, this video is going to be very interesting, and I recommend every woman to watch this video till the end, because trust me, it's going to be exposing a lot. But before we get into it, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my second YouTube channel, my vlog channel. I'm going to leave the link in the description box so you guys can check it out. I have a lot of juicy, interesting content that I'm going to be putting up in that channel, and you don't want to miss out on it. So please click on the link in the description box and subscribe to everything Tikiana. Thank you guys very much. So without much further ado, let us jump right into it.
The difference between women and men is that women are more human than men. Women humanify everybody, but men objectify women. They do not consider women as though they are human beings. They consider them as a resources. They consider them as properties, as goods, as objects. That is the issue that we have been painting here. So that is why I tell you that you have to be careful, no matter how much a man tries to tell you how good. You see, these are some of the reasons why I tell you that deny men your body as much as possible. Deny them, no matter, the thing is, sometimes we believe that some of these men are just these men that are speaking on the internet. Even the ones you meet in your day-to-day life, these are their thoughts. A lot of them, these are their thoughts. And if they, just because they've not had the opportunity to open their mouth and speak concerning this issue, is the reason why you think they are sensible. I'm telling you, because what level of objectification is this? You said you place a price of a brand new on something that they've already used. This person is talking about a human being. And let me ask you, are these men not used? Is a single mother, did she go to a sperm bank and have that child on her own? There are men who have laid with her, but because women do not objectify men, they do not count that as somebody being brand new or being used. You're trying to tell me, I saw an analogy of a lady made one analogy that actually resonated with me. She said, I think it is OBD. OBD explained that clearly in a way that she captured the words properly for me. She said there must be something that is damaging in them. They are damaged goods. That's why whenever they sleep with the woman, they consider the woman low value, because they themselves do not have value, and the woman is what has value. So when they sleep with you, they take value from you. So it's like something that is valueless would touch something that has value, and all of a sudden the thing gains value, and that thing that has value depreciates in value. So it is because they think of themselves as valueless. They think of themselves as things without value. So as women, you have to be careful the way you trade with men. These are objectifying comments, and I'm going to be placing all of them for you to see. That I talked on single mothers being stiff with their boundaries. A lot of them that come to you are not coming to you with good intentions, even though they do not see it. They are coming to you as though they think you are an easy pick, you are an easy target. And like I said, men are predators, and predators look for the weaker target. So they see you as though you are weak. Right? That is why they want to capture you, because they feel like they do not have to put in so much effort in order to get you. That is the reason why I say stiffen your standards. Somebody also said, how would they stiffen their standards if they don't get toasters? That people who nobody has asked them out for years. If a man has not asked you out for years, you should even be thankful, because for you to have a child and nobody has asked you out is a good thing for you. At least nobody is trying to sleep with you, nobody is trying to objectify you. That should be a good thing, and you should be thankful for that. So to these two guys, there are these two specific people who have been on my page insisting that I hate men. Why do I hate men? In fact, at a point they started with insults. Then when they noticed I'm not backing down, they started trying to ask me why I hate men. One of them even says it's because I'm a single mother. He went ahead to say it is because I'm hot. A lot of them actually believe that I'm hot. So just in case, I'm going to tag you guys to this video before I eventually block you. I'll make sure that you see this post before I block you. These are some of the comments of men like you. So instead of sleeping on my page, if you genuinely think that there is no reason why I'm hating men, if you think I hate men and you feel like there is no just cause, these are the thoughts of people like you. And I know that even you have the same thoughts towards women, this objectification. So tell me how possible it is to like people who think like this, who objectify human beings like this. Tell me what makes this to make sense. How does this make sense to you guys? So if you watch this carefully, then tell me that you like people who drop these comments, or you like them because you sort of resonate with what they say. You guys have the same mentality as them, because I do believe that all of you are the same. As long as you're in my comments typing rubbish, you are the same. Your thoughts are the same with these people. You may not have typed it, and one of you, on that video where I talked about single mothers, one of you, this what's that his name? Is it VDJ or something? You said it is only low, high value men do not do those things. You did not look for comments of men to correct them. Not even one did you look for any man's comments to correct him for these thoughts that they had. But you felt the need to shut me up. That is because all of you are the same. So even you are a terrible person.
Part 2 of what men don't want women to know. These next few chapters are explaining how men view women as a whole. And if you didn't already know, this will confirm it for you. Most, not all, men see women as sexual, reproductive, and emotional slaves. In his mind, you are a place for him to become unloaded, you are a baby maker, and you are a comfortable place for him to lay his head and release his burdens for the day. You are not seen as a person that deserves respect because men only reserve that respect for other men. And they do that simply because other men pose a physical threat to them. They understand that we are not physically stronger than them, so there is no reason in their minds for them to respect us. Men will also help other men uphold this double standard, meaning that they will proudly and quickly lie for each other on the spot. So if you are looking for the truth about what your man is doing from his friends or his brothers or his male colleagues, save your breath because they're not going to tell you unless they want you themselves. In addition to that code of honor that they have with each other, men also have their own internal code of honor, which will basically force them to deny whatever accusations are placed upon them. Even if you have a strong conviction about something, even if you have noticed a pattern that reasonably concludes that something might be true, if you ask certain men directly, they will lie to you. They will deny the truth and hold that lie until they die. This is not all men. There are men who feel conviction and who will admit to things when they've done them. Most of them, though, will not. A lot of women need to understand that closure is not real. If you need to close the door to a relationship, you need to accept the fact that sometimes you might not get all of the facts of what transpired in that relationship, and you need to be okay with that.
There was a study done in which scientists measured the brain activity of men when they were shown images of women wearing bikinis. And guess what they found? What they found out was crazy. When these men were shown images of women wearing bikinis, a part of their brain started showing some activity. And this part of the brain is usually associated when one recognizes a tool. What does this mean? This basically means that those men looking at images of women wearing bikinis, they saw those women as tools because the part of their brain which is responsible for identifying tools is the part that showed brain activity. It is no wonder that women are objectified to the level that they are. So not only did they find this out, but they found something even worse out. They found out that when these men were shown images of women wearing bikinis or less clothing, the part of the brain which is responsible for pondering a person's intentions showed little to no activity. Now, what does this mean? This means that men who saw images of these women wearing bikinis, their part of the brain that's responsible for seeing what a person's intentions are wasn't working. So these men were confused. Their brains were confused and they didn't understand whether this woman was dressing up in the way she is for them, inviting the men, or because she's doing it for herself. Because men's brains literally cannot tell the difference between a woman who's just minding her own business and adorning herself, because that is a feminine thing and women like to adorn themselves because we like to be beautiful. But men think that we do it for them. Like, their brains literally can't tell that this woman is getting dressed up like this for herself. They think that it's for them.
On today's episode of Mercy Yapping, most men do not view women as real people unless they have a woman they know to compare that woman to. I get more attention from men ages probably 60 to 70 than I do from men my own age. This isn't me being like, oh, I'm at the bar and there are old men like staring at me when I'm no, this is at work. I'm wearing cargo pants and a polo shirt and I'm getting stared at, I'm getting flirted with. I had a man in his 70s tell me that we should get married. I had one man yesterday lean in to try to fucking sniff me, and my friend's dad was looking me up and down. And my coworker noticed, and she told me afterwards, she was like, I wanted to slap him. He was looking at you up and down. back to the beginning of my video when I said most men are not able to understand that women are real people unless they have someone to compare them to. My dad likes to people watch. I like to people watch as well, but my dad likes to, but unfortunately he is not subtle with it, and he is a 50-year-old man who's like 6'2". And I've told him, I was like, if I was in that girl's position and I didn't know you, I would feel uncomfortable. And that kind of gets it through his head. Or like my mom saying, Kelly, how would you feel if someone's looking at Mercy that way? Like an older guy looking at Mercy that way. Then he's able to kind of understand how that might be taken the wrong way, even if it doesn't have that intent. But that just shows that he does not view these women as real people unless I put myself in that situation. And unfortunately, I feel like a lot of men who I have met are that same way. Thankfully, none of my friends are, because I choose to not surround myself by those types of people. But it just fucking pisses me off that they can't understand.
Most men don't know shit about how women think, what they want, what they feel, and this comment supports this. And I think part of it is because they have been conditioned to not really care or to not really know about it. I recently did a video where I asked women if they are afraid of complimenting men because they might sexualize it. And that just goes to show you how little men really know, how emotionally unintelligent they are, how they can't read subtle cues in body language. Women have PhDs in men, but ask your boyfriend or your husband what your favorite color is and he literally doesn't know. Once you see that the patriarchy runs and owns the media and everything is done through the male gaze, you can't unsee it. I talked about the male and female gaze, so I'm not going to get into it now, but you can see it in my Patriarchy playlist. I'll think about your streaming services, big Hollywood movies, magazines, whatever that narrative is, it's probably directed, produced, written by, and starring men, specifically white men. If the man is the star of the show, it's about his struggles, his journey, his supporting cast. And if the woman is the star of the show, it's usually about her struggle within the patriarchy, whether that's communicated explicitly or implicitly. If it's a rom-com and the woman is the main star, it's about the message that the patriarchy gives women, which is that it's your job to be attractive enough to find and keep a man and support him no matter what and stand by him no matter what and tolerate anything. When I was on maternity leave and I was sitting in my rocking chair all the time, I was like, I want to watch some inspiring documentaries about women. So I went to the Netflix search bar. There's only a couple. It's all about men. I love true crime and I love all the documentaries about all that stuff. And sometimes there's documentaries about women who are actually victims of SADV, unaliving. The ones that really highlight the women I found are the ones in which the woman was the villain. Who was that young girl, the death by proxy? Her mom was poisoning her, so then she met the guy online and then she went to prison for it. The story was about her, but she was the bad guy, even though her mother was literally unaliving her. When Barbie came out, who were the real stars of the show? Obviously, it was Margot Robbie and the producer, but Ryan Gosling got the award. And in terms of the objectification of women in our media, this is all done through the male gaze, of course. The women that are in these roles that, let's say, the patriarchy approves of. They don't question their leader, their man. They follow the rules. They look, act, think, speak a certain way. If they don't, they're villainized and punished for it. She's not really a woman. She's less than. She's an appliance. She's an asset. She's a support system. This is all under the umbrella of the ways in which the media objectifies women, and it's not specifically done just with the body.
The rate at which men have objectified women in today's day and age is disappointing, is disheartening. There are a lot of men who don't view women as human beings. They don't see women as human beings with thoughts, words, and feelings. They don't see you as a human being with your own mind. That is why they disrespect women, they abuse women, they rape women, they objectify women, they call women hoes. The way they look at you as an object for sexual gratification, to satisfy them, as a baby-making machine. They don't see you as their equal. I think the main reason why men objectify women is because of the double standards, the patriarchy. Society has created laws and rules that favor men and don't work for the benefit of women. Like they always say, it's a man's world. And the truth is, it's because women don't have a say. Women don't have a voice. In as much as feminism has helped a lot of us women to be able to have a voice, but deep down, we still know that it is a man's world. We still know that all the rules, the laws, everything works in favor of men. They create these laws which favor them. Men know this. Men know that these laws and rules favor them. Men know that other men objectify women. If not all of them, majority of men objectify women. This is what I want you guys to understand. And that is why they are never in support of women. That is why they never really stand to fight for women. That is why when their fellow men abuse women, manipulate women, beat women up, rape women, treat women horribly, they never stand the gap to fight for these women. But rather, what do they come online to say? Not all men. Not all men. Yes, it's true, not all men, but guess what? It is always a man. How many times have you seen a man correct his fellow friend for treating a woman horribly? How many times have you seen a man correct his brother, his best friend, for abusing a woman, for raping a woman, for deceiving a woman, or for using a woman? You will never see them do it. As a matter of fact, guess what? They hail each other for abusing women. They hail each other for manipulating women. They hail each other for using women. They see us as objects. They don't see us as human beings. You're hardly going to see a guy check another man for treating a woman horribly. When other men treat women horribly, they go to the comment section and they are looking for ways to justify why the woman needs to be treated the way she's treated. When a man beats up a woman, they go to the comment section and they're trying to justify why she deserves to be beaten up or why she deserves to be raped. She's wearing something short. What was she doing in the guy's place? What was she doing in the guy's apartment? They are always looking for reasons to justify horrible behavior from other men rather than understanding women and checking their fellow men for the horrible things they do to women. No, rather they are going to make up excuses, support their fellow homeboys, if possible join their fellow homeboys to mock these women who are going through abuse, hate, domestic violence, all these horrible things that other men are putting these women through. Men objectify women, and I want a lot of us girls to have this at the back of our minds, because we think men humanitize everyone, but that's not the case. We women, we humanitize everybody, but men, they objectify women. They see you beneath them. They believe that you don't have a say. That's why when a man wants to do anything to hurt you, he doesn't give a damn, because he knows at the end of the day he has other homeboys who are going to be in support of what he's doing. I watched this case online between Diddy and one of the survivors who came out to expose him for rape. And when I went down the comment section, and some of the comments a lot of men were saying in the comment section were horrible, I really saw how men truly view women. When I went through the comment section, I read this comment, and the lady was basically saying it doesn't matter if a lady or a girl is intoxicated or drunk or high on drugs. No means no. When a woman says no, she means no. And if you go ahead and force her or have sex with her, it is rape. It is a felony and it's against the law. So you have to go down for it. And guess what? This guy, I don't even know what to call him. He came on the comment section and he replied to that comment. And what he said was, sometimes no means yes. And other men came on the comment section and were justifying what this guy said. There are times where a woman's no means yes. There are times where if she says no, maybe she's enjoying it. There are times where she will say no, but at the end of the day, she still wants it. They kept going on and on and on and on. I'm sorry that I didn't screenshot it. I'm sorry, I would have screenshotted it to show you guys. But this is to tell you the extent to which men objectify women. And most of these men who are abusers, who are rapists, when they want to rape women and these women tell them no, they don't take your word for it, because they know at the end of the day, nothing is going to happen. And I read other horrible comments where men kept saying, why didn't she take it to the police? There are cases of men who have raped women and told these women, nobody is going to believe you. If you tell anyone that I did this to you, no one is going to believe you. You don't have any proof. You don't have any evidence. And most of the times, women don't report rape cases because of what? The stigma that comes to getting raped and the fact that society is going to judge you. And it's sad because not only men will judge you, but other women are going to judge you and even look for reasons to justify why you got raped. That's the sad thing and the sick thing about this day and age. They look for reasons to blame the victim. They even look for reasons to justify or support the abuser. So most women just deal with the trauma. They just deal with it. They don't go to the authorities to report rape cases. They handle the trauma on their own. And these rapists keep going on living their lives, committing more atrocities to other women, causing more damage, inducing trauma on these victims. Because at the end of the day, the law doesn't really favor women like that. At the end of the day, a man will rape a 7-year-old and he ends up getting just 25 years in prison. But he raped a 7-year-old and killed her, murdered her, put whatsoever in her mouth in order for her not to report the cases. But guess what? She ended up dying, and in the hospital they couldn't even find her uterus. But guess what? This man only got 25 years. And do you know why the authorities in today's day and age can't give the death sentence for rape? It is because most of the men in power, most of the men in high places, they themselves are rapists. So they would rather not give that kind of a horrible crime a death sentence, because they are low-key protecting themselves in case they get caught. That's a simple reason for it. And do you guys know what is even more scary? Is the fact that you can't walk on the street in the night without feeling uncomfortable as a girl. You can't walk on the street even during the day. We women, we don't feel safe. We live life every day as praise, because men look at us as praise. They are like predators. They look at us as praise. You want to walk on the street, a man is checking you out. The man is looking at you. A man is sniffing you. Like the kind of things men do. You post a picture online, they objectify you, they sexualize you. A man slides into your DMs and is talking about how, oh my god, you look so sexy. He's talking about your body, objectifying you. Like everything about you is just your body. Men, God. When a woman looks at a man, sex isn't the first thing that comes to her mind. But when a man looks at a beautiful woman, guess what? The first thing that comes to his mind is sex. That's the first thing, how he can satisfy himself sexually. So when he sees you, the first picture that comes in his mind is your nakedness. How he can spread your legs open and get what he wants from you. Why are men sexualizing women? Why don't they see women as human beings with their own words, thoughts, and feelings? Why? The only time where a man is able to understand things from a woman's perspective is when he's comparing that woman to his mother or his sister. Why? Or if you saw a strange woman on the street and view that woman as your mom or your sister, you won't go to the extent of raping that woman and killing her. You won't go to the extent of murdering that woman. If you had feelings, if you had a conscience, if you're not the devil. But because a lot of men, they don't have a conscience, they have sold their consciences and sold themselves to sex. They are slaves to sex. They are slaves to their manhood. They don't think. They can't control themselves. The most dangerous animal on earth is a man. That is the truth. And that's why I keep saying every day that I would prefer to be stuck in the woods with a bear than with a strange man. I will always choose the bear. Because this day and age, this generation has made me realize that men are dangerous. And that alone is enough that I need to know. Watch how they are so protective of their sisters, of the women in their family. But when it comes to a woman you're not related to by blood, you objectify her, you sexualize her. You don't want your male friend to date your sister or any woman in your family. You don't want them to do that. But you're very comfortable doing that to your friend's sister. Why? Because you're not related with them by blood. And because you've objectified that woman, you've sexualized her in your eyes. She's someone that you can get sex from. You're comfortable beating another woman. But the minute another man beats up your sister or rapes your sister or is abusive towards your sister, you're willing to fight. You're willing to fight for justice. You're willing to fight for your sister's rights. But you're comfortable doing that to another woman. A lot of men, this is their mentality. This is what they do. This is how they think. They only protect the women they are related to by blood. They only understand women when they are related to those women by blood. If you're not related to him by blood, or if he's not in love with you, he doesn't understand you, he doesn't care, he won't fight for you, he will support his homeboys who beat you up, who abuse you, who rape you, who manipulate you, who deceive you. If possible, he will join his homeboys to make fun of you, to laugh at you, to slut shame you, to call you a hoe. All these hoes, all these bitches, they use all those words on women they are not related to by blood, or women they are not in love with. It's sick. It's sickening. Do you guys know that there are pages on Instagram who are out there promoting toxic behavior in men? They are out there encouraging men to treat women horribly, to objectify women, to slut shame women. I will leave some of them in the description box so you guys can go and follow these pages and see how a lot of men view women, and see how a lot of men objectify women, how they love to manipulate us, how they love to abuse us, how they love to bring us down, to humble us, to treat us horribly. Degrading comments like this, these are the kind of degrading things they post online about women. You guys can watch and see, and you go through the comment section and you see the things men say. Look at this trend that came online, that phase where you slowly start hating your girlfriend. Do you guys remember the number of men who came out to share their experiences of how they behave when they started hating their girlfriends? Can you guys remember? These men basically came out to expose themselves, to talk about how they truly feel when they hate their girlfriends. But guess what? There are so many of you who will still watch this video and be delusional. You still watch this video and think, oh, romanticize men. And do you guys know one of the reasons why I follow most of these pages on Instagram? Because I want to know how men think. I want to know how men view women, so that I can be able to protect myself. Because at the end of the day, all I have to do is to protect myself and know that there are evil men out there who gain pleasure in hurting women, who get pleasure in organizing a well masterminded plan on how to destroy you, to bring you down, to hurt you and break your heart. They actually organize a well masterminded plan on how to bring down a woman they have targeted, to break you. So you need to be very careful. There are really truly evil men out there, and I follow these pages online and I see the way they degrade women. There are other men in the comment section encouraging this nasty behavior. Have you guys noticed how guys always say a girl who hangs around hoes is automatically a hoe, but a guy who hangs around rapists or abusers automatically is none of their business? Automatically they act like they don't care. They act like they don't know he's an abuser or a rapist. It's none of their business. They don't care, because truly they do not care. This is what I want you guys to know. They don't care. They don't care if their friends or their homeboys are abusers, are rapists, are cheaters, are liars, are narcissists, are sociopaths, are psychopaths. They do not give a damn. There are guys who think women are just some objects placed on earth or tools placed on earth by God to satisfy them. They don't see you as their equal. The only thing that makes me sad is a lot of us women need to love each other. We need to protect each other. We need to fight for each other. We need to stop being in this unnecessary competition with each other, because men have programmed women to compete with each other for male validation, for male attention. And you keep seeing your fellow sister as the enemy. You keep seeing your fellow sister as the threat, all because you want male attention, because you want male validation. We women need to come together. We need to fight for each other. We need to protect each other. We need to love each other. Don't see me as your enemy. See me as your sister, because at the end of the day, all we have is each other. So besties, I hope this video was helpful to a lot of you women. All of you who are watching this video, I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and I hope you guys learned so much from this video. As heartbreaking as this video is, and as emotional as I was throughout the video, I still needed to clear my mind. Please make sure you drop your thoughts on the comment section. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.